Hey, hello, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully, you guys are all having a fabulous Thursday. We're that much closer to the weekend. And if you're new to the channel, hello, hi, and welcome. But it looks like we have a lot of returning Titans and members today. So it's really good to see you guys. We are going to be covering the Madeline Soto press conference this afternoon, along with everybody and their brother that's doing it. But we are here and we're ready to cover it. So right before the live, I was actually watching, I believe her name is Julia or Julie from Court TV. I just think she's precious. So I'm going to show a short video of hers and then we'll get started with the press conference. But like I said, welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button, it really does help the channel. It really does help me grow. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you do appreciate today's case coverage. We do talk true crime daily here. So I'm hoping for today the same as Auto. So I'm hoping that they're going to let us know that they are adding M charges. We're really, close into the live. So M charges added on to the 60 counts that old Stephon Stearns already has. And I'm hoping they'll tell us a little bit more about their investigation and how they got to where they got. And I also hope that Jen Soto gets a little bit of an arrest. We hear about her getting arrested, maybe charged. Those are my things. Hey, Isabel. Hey, Catherine. Truth and Justice. Hey, Otto. I don't know if I said hi to Otto whenever I was talking. I think I did. Hey, Jenny. Hey, DM. Welcome in, everybody. It's really nice to see you guys. Hey, Spilled Beans. Hey, Penny. And if you guys aren't in the chat, you should be because we are pretty friendly people. Hey, Truth and Justice. I think we are anyway. Hey, Groovy Nikki. Yeah. Hey, Shay Monet. Welcome in, everybody. No drinking while driving in chat. I was like, Rita, oh my gosh, that's funny. So I'm going to show you guys this video because I thought she was pretty badass today. She's usually pretty sweet, but she's pretty mad, and I would be too. So the press conference starts at 2, and what I figured we would do is just go through this really quick. It's like 2 minutes long. And then we will go over to WFLA and see what they're doing over there with JB because he'll be streaming the press conference at 2 o'clock. Also, the News Gazette is going to be providing live coverage on Facebook. If something does happen, we'll have 2 different places to look. But this is the first update since charging Stephon Stearns with those 60 crimes related to the S activity. So it's going to be good to see and good to hear what they have to say. I'm very interested. But we'll go ahead. We'll play the Julie here. I wanted you guys to listen to this. And then we will go over to see what they're doing over at WFLA. And welcome in, everybody.
Who murdered Madeline Soto? Was it that filthy creep, Stephon Stearns? The defendant accused of a slew of child abuse crimes that was dating Madeline's mother. Was it him? Was it Stearns, the man police say had child pornography on his phone? Was it the man police say had been sexually abusing 13-year-old Madeline since she was 11? And if so, if it was him, how did he kill her? My friends, we may not have to wait long for those answers, because today at 2 p.m., the police in Kissimmee, Florida will be holding a press conference to announce an update to everyone who wants to see justice for beautiful Madeline. And I'll tell you what I'm hoping gets announced at the press conference. Based on the case evidence that I've seen, I'm hoping that sicko Stearns gets hit with homicide charges today. And I'm hoping that the indictment was done by a grand jury presentment so that prosecutors have the ability to pursue capital punishment if they're convinced that he was the one who murdered Madeline. I'm also hoping, based on the evidence that I've seen so far, that Mom, Jennifer Soto, gets hit with some charges too. Watching her interviews, my blood is boiling. This lady had a duty not only to protect her child, but also to be truthful when police spoke to her after her daughter suddenly vanished. I say pants on fire, Jennifer Soto. I wonder if police have found evidence of a cover-up with her. Her stories are inconsistent. They don't make sense. The details about not dropping Madeline off exactly at the school, but instead by the church next to the school. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. She said, we dropped her off. And then she also said that her filthy creep boyfriend Stearns was the one who dropped Madeline off alone. But police say the drop-off never happened because Madeline was already dead. So where did the homicide happen? Did it happen in the house? Did it happen behind closed doors where police say the sex abuse happened? That precious child deserved to live. And if her own mother knew what police say was going on with the sexual abuse being carried out by her boyfriend, sicko Stearns, and did nothing to stop it, then Jennifer Soto has blood on her hands too.
She wasn't messing around, was she? And normally, Julie, is it Julie or Julia? I can't remember, but it's Julie, I think. She's usually very, very sweet. But I like that about her. She can be kind of like Nancy in a way. So there's Stefan right there. Like I said, WFLA is going to be streaming the press conference. We're all, I think we're all in agreement that we want them to go ahead and charge him with the murder of Madeline Soto. And I think most of us are all in agreement that there needs to be some sort of charges brought against Jen Soto. Now, if there are charges brought against Jen Soto, I wonder what they'll tell us in this press conference, how they got to that conclusion. So I think this might be a really big press conference because they haven't said anything since before all of this happened, like before he got arrested. Like they haven't said anything since he got arrested. Like they cut off communication with us. So let's see what JB has to say. He's usually a pretty smart guy. Let me make sure we're all the way up to the front. Okay. If you guys have any questions over this case, just drop them in the chat and I'll be in the chat with you guys too.
Anything put out by investigators or deputies to
But this guy's a sicko. I mean, he needs to be put away for the rest of his life.
Anything criminal in nature. But people want to know.
Oh, and I think that she should be like Jen Soto. She should be at least charged with some sort of like neglect. I mean, that's like, the smallest charge I feel like she should have.
Is Jen Soto a victim in this? Being part of a abusive household that was run by Stearns and was there just
sorry, I keep pausing him, but do you guys think that she's going to try to play the Stockholm syndrome card? Like she's going to be like, I was getting, abused too, and all this was happening to me. I could see that being her defense.
These are the questions that people are asking, is whether or not Madeline Soto's mother has any role to play in what transpired with her daughter's tragic death. Jen Soto, of course, again, not being charged with anything. There has not been the notion put forth by investigators that she is, of course, going to be charged with that. There's any evidence to suggest that. However, social media wants to know what the household dynamic was like. And so one thing that's of course curious, and one thing that stands out to me is that when Jen Soto does these interviews with local media in the aftermath of Madeline's disappearance, you see Stearns lurking in the background. And that, of course, communicates to us, is there potentially a control element that was going on at that time? How much did Jen Soto know about what was going on with her daughter, and how much exactly did she know about what really transpired that Monday morning? These are the questions that people want to know, because people ultimately want justice for Madeline Soto. But as a reminder,
I don't think it was so much as she was like, he was intimidating her, as maybe she knew what the heck just happened to her kid. And then he would maybe crack his knuckles when maybe he was getting nervous when she was because I forget one of the questions they asked. He got up and actually left the room. He was like, I'm out of here. So I think that him doing those little things was just him like saying like, hey, don't say that. Don't say this. Just keep your story straight. My personal opinion.
We're live ahead of the press conference. I'm keeping my eye here in the stream center on that screen over this, and really in this direction. And when I see the feed pop up, We will be able to take you to Central Florida Live. We'll be able to take you to the Kissimmee Police Department. And what we'll be able to do is listen into the press conference live. After that press conference has wrapped, we will go over what we have learned, break down what we have learned, and make sense of it all, and do that interactively. So here in the Stream Center, of course, we have the ability to tap into your comments anywhere. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter. When we go live on Instagram, we can even bring in Instagram comments. We are, of course, technologically advanced enough to be able to bring in your comments from anywhere. You can also submit comments by going to www.heyjb.live.
Okay, he's not really saying too much. Sorry.
That kind of sticks on my screen.
I kind of let him go there too. I was like reading to see if there was anything that I needed to know. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Hey, Christine, welcome in, everybody.
Endlessly scroll,
hey,
and
Lorena.
It's just a matter of luck if I'm looking at this monitor to my left at the moment that you submit your comment. So let's get to the comments and see exactly what people are asking. So the way that the interactivity
I'm going to
works,
be right back, guys.
You can go to heyjb.live if you're in the US and Canada. If it's an international comment coming from beyond the US or Canada, you can punch in world.heyjb.live. You can also use hashtag HeyJB with your comment. Those are the only 3 ways to get your comment on screen, and I'm hopeful to answer as many questions as I can. Shout out to, let's see here. Wow, they're already coming in so fast. I'm trying to scroll and grab this one. Shout out to Michelle and our great moderation team, keeping our comment section kind and respectful to all. And that's, of course, the instructions on how to have your comment featured. So let's look at what folks are saying. Earth, Moon, and Stars say, can you turn your volume up? I'm looking at my levels here, and I believe that we are at the appropriate volume. Anybody else? Let me know in the comment section. Audio is so important to a live stream, and want to make sure that when we actually do go live to the Kissimmee Police Department, that you guys can hear everything correctly.
Okay, I'm back.
I have full control over audio here. I can even boost audio levels when they are low, and like when I say low, I mean really low. But
yeah, let me know if I ever have audio issues. I never ask you guys because I always hate when people come on and they're like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is my mic okay?" I just always assume it is. If it's never not okay, let me know.
I'm just looking for questions and comments. Okay. Antihero 4.6 says, and my team is telling me that the audio is fine. So our audio levels here are fine. That puts that to rest. Antihero 4.6 says on YouTube Live, hashtag AJB, has she said anything publicly since it came out, what is on her boyfriend's phone? And again, some really disturbing material investigators say was on Stearns' phone. We have not heard from Jen Soto. It's been relatively quiet on that front. I haven't seen any interviews. I haven't seen anything with local media. Everything that we have been told to this point is that Jen Soto is cooperating fully with the investigation, and we haven't been told anything to the contrary. So at this point in time,
I'm sure she is.
You have to remember, this is a mother who lost her 13-year-old daughter days after her 13th birthday. How would you react? No one is going to blame. No one is going to blame Jen Soto for avoiding the public spotlight. And you can't read anything.
She could have truth and
tell
justice.
you anything other than we have a grieving mother.
She could have
hoping with
definitely checked herself in somewhere.
And that's the loss of a child.
And if she did, that could have been under a lawyer's guide.
Not being in front of the cameras or anything.
So, get in front of things. I don't.
Extraordinary examples of strength and
it's incredible.
Really strength that can be inspiring. We of course saw so much from the Petito family in the aftermath of Gabby's death.
And I appreciate you guys all taking a minute and liking the video. I do. I really appreciate that. You guys have been really up with the likes today. I appreciate that.
A lot of murder cases. I can tell you that is the exception to the rule, so to speak. That is very rare to see.
That's sweet, actually, though. They'll appreciate that more than you'll ever know.
And out in front of the public in the aftermath of losing a child. Most parents, most family members, when they lose a young victim,
So this is what I was wondering, and maybe you guys will have the answer. I'm wondering what happened between. Okay, so I'm wondering what happened between the night of the 25th of her birth, the day they celebrated her birthday, between then and 8 o'clock the next morning, because we know that that's probably the time frame of when she was. We know that's the time frame because we've seen pictures of her. Supposedly, those were her pictures of her 13th birthday. Um, I don't think those would be altered, but I just want to know what happened, after her birthday. Maybe she said something to him after her birthday. Maybe she was thinking after I turned 13, even though she technically had turned 13, a couple of days before. Maybe she thought, well, her birthday party is this day, and I'm going to tell him he's not doing this to me anymore. That's like the only thing I can think of. Or he just got a little too violent with her. Thank you, Oopsie, for gifting a membership. Thank you. And Lorena got it. Look at that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Christine, that's the key timeline. That's exactly what it is. And I'm a timeline person. I normally I do put together timelines for you. We have one of Maddie Soto also, but I want to go back further, but we just don't know. We just don't know what happened further back. So let's see. Let's see what JB says about the inconsistent stories. What he thinks.
Expects that Madeline Soto's mother would be charged, but again, we have to be responsible here. And I understand. Again, one of the things that makes us unique here in the Stream Center is that we're not going to ignore the social media chatter. We know what people are saying out there, but I'm telling you that there's no evidence right now that Jen Soto has been anything but a cooperative.
Do you guys remember? Okay, in the beginning of this case, I could have sworn that I heard that Jen Soto had worked all night long and she wanted to go to bed. And that's why Stefan took Madeline to school that day. But then in recent times, I've been hearing that Jen Soto was at work or going into work. And that's why Stefan Stearns had to take her to school. Now, do you guys remember anything about her wanting to sleep? And that's why he took her? Because I swear I heard that in the beginning of this case. And so I'm wondering, and she later, switched the story. Because and I want to know what hours she worked. And I want to know, yeah, because she was too tired. Yeah. See, but everyone else, but now it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and find that. I think people be lying and we don't even notice it until later on. What's he saying? Oh, they're ready to go. Look at them. Got their flags up and everything. The positive difference. Kissimmee, Florida. Wow. Wonder what they're going to say. Wonder what they're going to do. Because you don't get any more rights or privileges at 13. Oh, wow. Oh, man, I wish she could have, got away from them. Yeah, she, maybe he did have plans for her. Do you guys remember the story, the case about the little girl was kidnapped? Was that the JC girl? I don't know if that was her or not, but she was kidnapped and held on her, against her will for 18 years or something crazy, to the point where she had babies with this person, children. I mean, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine that. That's what the mother said on Spanish TV, that Jen wanted to sleep. I needed to look at that, but I kept forgetting. I think someone put that in English for us. Wow. I heard Kissimmee wondering, has Tanya lost the plot? I probably have. Man. I believe she is either too old for him, or she would tell her maybe he got pregnant. Yeah, I hate this fucking guy. I know. I just really think she was tired of it and wore out and wanted to stop. Yeah. Yes, because like I mean, this was going on for years. And I'm just sorry, but you would be acting different. This happened when she was like what, 8, 9? Is that right? So even if she was like a little bit older, let's say, 10, 11, let's even say that. You're going to have a physical change, you're going to have a mental change, an emotional change, like physical, everything's going to be different. You are going to be different. You're going to look different, you're going to act different, you're going to, talk differently, maybe be a little more rebellious. Or maybe the opposite. You just go and be in your shell and you don't talk to anybody. Oh, with her job, she didn't need to be present on site. She worked by internet from home. She sold packages of a vacation for Disney. Wow, Naomi, I didn't know that. People ain't buying no vacations in the middle of the night. Well, they might be if they're drunk, but you know what I mean? Like, that's a day thing. Yeah, that's huge. I want to know where her damn mom works. We need to figure that out. Like 1,000%. I mean, I'll even call the place and be like, does Jen Soto work there? I don't even care at this point. I'll call them. And I'll be like, what's going on? So it is 1:54. So they're probably not going to start until 2 or a little after 2, I would say. Let's see. Yeah, it could be. She could have gotten her days mixed up, but I don't know. Just feel like not that day. Oh, also, if you have
Dice que no les está llegando el audio. El micrófono tuyo.
Okay, she's speaking in Spanish, but maybe she's asking a question.
Es que quieren que los dos estemos. ¿Cómo que nos hemos encendido? Si encendimos, si estamos conectados con Miami.
Man, I wish I could speak another language that fluently.
Miami está grabando ya, ¿verdad? Sí, Miami ya está grabando. Y van a empezar en punto a las 2.
Tattoo Gal, it better be televised.
April,
I just don't know.
Mom to be guilty, that would mean she
With
allowed
all
this
the
to
stuff
go
that they're
forward.
going to say.
I understand that there's a lot of commentary about Madeline Soto's mother, but
Ya listo.
We're going to learn a lot more at this press conference, I would anticipate. Everyone, just remember that everyone is really quick to assign blame. In today's
JB
world,
knows something we don't know.
In the world of social media, people are just ready to point the finger, and you just don't know what life was like inside that home.
Hell no, we don't. It was hell. I don't want to know.
Was like, okay, and at the same time, we don't know if Jen Soto herself is a victim. Investigations take time. Uncovering facts takes a great deal of time, and we might learn a lot more about it here in the next few minutes.
I think we're going to.
Okay, so now we're in black. Where did our feed go? Did they power down for a moment?
I wanted to remind you guys, if you have headphones, try to put your headphones on. And I'll try to lower my voice. Because press conferences, normally you can't hear them very well.
Yeah, reading some of your comments. Everyone has a right to form their own opinion. What I am saying is form your own opinion. Don't read something else on social media that someone else formed as far as their own opinion.
We didn't. We all saw the interview, JB. JB, we all saw the interview. So, was JB know that we don't know? Anybody? Because he keeps defending Jen Soto a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, and JB's usually not like that. I feel like he knows something.
Just, it's absolutely tragic. I hope that everybody is able to do their own homework on this story so that they can form their own opinion. Let's go full screen now and listen in. We're now 3 minutes away from that press conference, and we'll start for our Facebook Live audience. In fact, let's just pop on really quickly and say hello to now Facebook Live. We're now live across all platforms. We're moments away from a police update. Investigators calling a 2 o'clock press conference from the Kissimmee Police Department with an update in the Madeline Soto investigation. As a reminder, no charges have been filed specifically in the death of Madeline Soto, while they do have what they have described as the prime suspect in custody and being held in custody without
I'm going to
bond,
look
that
up and
being
see how
Elizabeth
long they have till they
Stearns,
have to have
that being
charges
Madeline
against them.
Soto's mother's boyfriend. There has not been any charges specifically filed on Madeline Soto's death. That could change today. That, of course, is the question that people are asking. When will there be justice for Madeline Soto? So if you're just finding the live stream, the press conference has not yet begun. The time is now 1:58. The press conference is expected to begin here in just a couple of minutes.
I'm just looking it up, see if I can find anything. No statute of limitations, but I'm wondering if there's only a certain amount of time they can hold him in jail, which, I mean, he's in there for a while anyway, but I was just curious.
Again, as a reminder to our audience, as we wait for the press conference to begin, after the press conference, we're going to break down what we have learned.
Thank you so much for being here.
Also, don't forget your
Madeline Soto,
headphones.
the communications director for the city of Kissimmee. Chief Betty Holland will be providing remarks about the progress of the investigation. After that, she will open the floor for questions. We are not doing one-on-one interviews after the press conference. If you have any questions that are not related to this case, please send an email to kpdpio@kissimmee.gov. At the end of the press conference, you will receive a package with information about the
Thank
case
you,
in
Naomi.
English
Thank you
and
so
Spanish.
much.
Now, I would like to introduce Chief Betty Holland.
Okay, I'm going to put my headphones
Break
in
down
so
what
it
we have
might
learned
pause.
after the press conference concludes.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today and allowing us to provide an update on our investigation into Madeline Soto's disappearance and death. Madeline was reported missing on Monday, February 26, 2024, just one day after her 13th birthday. Since then, our investigation has been relentless, fueled by the unwavering commitment to uncover the truth. During our forensic investigation, we uncovered disturbing evidence, graphic images, and videos depicting crimes being committed. It was during this examination that we learned we needed to act swiftly to remove the suspect, Stefan Stearns, from our streets. Despite the arrest, our investigation into her disappearance remained ongoing. We understand the importance of thoroughly exploring every lead and piece of evidence. The Kissimmee Police Department, along with other law enforcement agencies in Central Florida, continue their search for Madeline for the next several days following her disappearance, and we turn to the public for help. During this time, our investigators combed through a significant number of tips, and on March 1st, we received information placing Stearns' vehicle in a rural area of St. Cloud, where ultimately Madeline's body was discovered. We are all deeply saddened by the outcome of Madeline's disappearance. The Kissimmee Police Department continues to piece together the timeline leading up to the events that occurred. I want to address some questions we are receiving from the media in everyone's effort to keep the community up to date on this tragedy. At this time, Stearns is facing a total of 60 charges related to our investigation. This includes sexual battery, lewd and lascivious molestation, and unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child. These charges reflect the meticulous work of our law enforcement community. Our detectives also are working closely with the State's Attorney's Office for the 9th Judicial Circuit and the Medical Examiner's Office on the investigation. Death investigations are complex. Tasks like forensic analysis and thorough interviews are crucial and require careful attention. It is vital to address these misconceptions in the pursuit of justice while preserving the integrity to the case. During an investigation such as this one, we gather additional information from individuals close to the deceased. Each person interviewed is treated as involved until proven otherwise. This is a standard protocol to ensure all the facts are uncovered. During our investigation, we have interviewed many individuals. Each interview has been vital to our understanding of the case. We are reviewing all of the information we received and are following up on every lead. Attention to detail and the diligence are the most important aspects of this investigation. We are committed to transparency and will provide updates when possible. Madeline's story has touched the hearts of many. Rest assured, our department is diligently working on the investigation. And while we appreciate the public's interest, we must prioritize the integrity of the investigation. We appreciate your support and understanding as we gather the facts. We intend to release additional information in the future, providing more details that we do not compromise the ongoing investigation. We vow to do everything in our power to ensure Madeline's memory is honored with justice. Our detectives are dedicated to pursuing every lead, uncovering every fact, and holding those responsible accountable. Now I will open it up for any questions.
Chief, I have a question. We know that you're working behind the scenes during this investigation to make sure everything is in order, but what can you tell us new today that we don't already know?
I don't have anything new that you don't already know, other than our detectives are working tirelessly day in and day out to ensure, all the facts are uncovered in this investigation.
Chief Holland, is
They-
the mother a suspect?
I'm sorry I
or person
wasted
interested in this
34 minutes of your
investigation?
time.
Also, with the videos that you uncovered, is there any evidence of the mother's involvement on any of these videos?
So everyone that was close to Madeline is considered suspect until we have proven otherwise.
Chief, how close are we able to know what actually happened to Madeline Soto?
Oh, wow.
Well, this is a very sensitive and, it's very intricate. We want to make sure that we uncover every single fact and all the evidence before, we don't want to put a timeline on it, basically, because the detectives are very meticulous in what they do. And we want to be sure that everything is uncovered that possibly can.
Chief, can you release any information about the manner in which Maddie died at this point?
No, ma'am, we are still waiting on the medical examiner's report.
Chief, do you believe Maddie was killed inside of the family's home or somewhere else?
We're still uncovering all of those details. I'm not going to speculate on that until we have the facts.
Chief, can you tell us if Stephen Stearns acted alone in all of this?
We're still uncovering all the evidence. I don't want to speculate whether he was or not. We will wait until it's complete.
Well, everybody.
Whoopsie.
Now-
Sorry, guys.
Yes,
What has he told you about other people's involvement, if any?
he has invoked his right to a lawyer, so we have not spoke with him.
Is there any time that you can expect an update for us? The public is asking every single day, and we understand that you're working on the investigation, but we would like to give them something.
I don't want to rush my detectives. I think it's paramount that they take their time and,
Rush 'em.
Mr. Stearns is not going
It's been a month.
anywhere. He's in jail and he's going to be there for a while. So my detectives, I want them to be, just look at every single detail and make sure, but I don't want to give a timeline at this point.
Chief, you mentioned you're working closely with the medical examiner. What does that relationship kind of look like, and what information are they able to release to you before that exam is complete?
So not really. I wouldn't say that they've released an information. We depend on the medical examiner's report for our report. So we're going to have to wait until they release that report.
Do you believe there are any additional victims?
No, it appears that this all was isolated to the home.
Chief, I'm still trying to get a sense of things. Do you still feel like you have more questions than answers at this point?
I think our questions are being answered slowly but surely. For the integrity of the investigation, we have to, keep things close until such time as we hold those accountable for her death.
Chief, do you feel like this is taking longer than it should because Stearns is not speaking?
No, I just think that, sometimes these investigations are just very lengthy. We know that he is in jail and he is not going anywhere. So the detectives are just making sure they cross the T's and dot their I's. They want to put together, a foolproof investigation.
Chief, is the mother and the family members being cooperative and answering questions? Have they lawyered up? And also
Wasn't Stefan arrested on the, what was it, the 28th? So that's 3 weeks you've had to charge him. Come on now, give us something other than our investigators are doing everything that they can. I don't like that.
father of Madeline, who is not a Florida resident, is he a part of this investigation or at least being asked questions?
We have interviewed, all those family members that are close. Mother has cooperated. She did give us an interview. So there's, no one is not cooperating other than Stearns.
We know that the crimes were committed in the home. We also have, the date of birth of the person, but we have not confirmed that is Madeline Soto. Would you be able to confirm that information for us?
Right. So all of the charges are with children under the age of 18, and they are protected. Their identity is protected under the law.
So it's gonna expect. It's been a couple of weeks. Nobody is charged for the murder of Madeline. Nobody knows exactly what happened to Madeline. We can expect in the couple days someone is gonna face charge for the murder of Madeline Soto.
When the detectives put their case together, like I said before, they want to ensure their investigation is tight. We're working, hand in hand with the state attorney's office to ensure, every piece of evidence is revealed and uncovered. So I can't put a timeline on when that might be.
And
she took more time pressing that shirt she's wearing than she told us about any factual thing.
With his cell phone, there's one thing to understand here. So he originally went to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. At least that's what we understand. He gave the cell phone to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office then found something on his phone, which led to an arrest. In the arrest affidavit from Kissimmee PD, it says he offered his phone freely to Kissimmee PD. Can you kind of explain how that happened? Because I just have a tough time understanding how somebody who's been arrested for something on his phone freely gives a phone out again.
Well, I don't know the intricate details I do know that the Orange County Sheriff's Office and Kissimmee Police Department were working hand in hand, during, the actual disappearance investigation. So I don't want to speak on exactly how that happened, but it's not uncommon for us to ask someone if they want to, give up their phone.
Chief, is there anything in particular that keeps you up at night regarding this case?
Well, a lot of things keep me up at night. My takeaway from this is talk to your children, families, talk to your kids. Know that there are agencies out there, the abuse hotline, Help Now, that people can report suspicion to. And I would encourage mothers and fathers to have those conversations with the kids and be aware.
Last question.
Have you guys investigated this family before?
Not for anything like this, no ma'am.
I'm sorry, can we just confirm how long that relationship was, the mother and the stepfather?
That is still being under investigation. We're trying to get the timeline for that.
Chief, I have one more question. This is a case that became really big out of nowhere for a lot of people, but what has the department learned through all of this so far?
Well, this was a very tragic event. I think that, like I said earlier, it's up to us, up to each family member to have those conversations with your kids and report any suspicion of abuse to your school resource officer, to an adult that's a trusted adult, to any police officer that's out there. So just report it and let the law enforcement community investigate. Okay. Thank you.
Is that it?
I'm baffled.
I'm baffled.
I'm just baffled. That's my
That was
first. I just want to.
bullshit.
I'm always upfront and honest with our audience. I'm baffled. No significant update today. No charges, any charges, let alone
Nothing.
murder charges being filed in this case. The Kissimmee Police Department, on their own accord, deciding to call a press conference today. And the press conference there was the anticipation from local media that this was going to be to announce an update, to announce new details, to give us an update on the progress of the investigation and what has transpired in the weeks since Madeline Soto's body was discovered and since Stearns was initially charged, and then a follow-up 60 additional charges were filed against him related to the disturbing evidence on his phone. Here we are now, and we have this press conference from Chief Betty Holland, and Betty tells us very little. And I think I'm being kind when I say very, very little. Based on my notes, they're still waiting on the medical examiner's report. And when specific questions were asked in relation to Madeline's mother, Jennifer Soto, everyone close to Madeline is considered a suspect until otherwise, which basically tells us they haven't ruled out anything, but they're also not definitively stating anything that has transpired with the progress of their investigation. I think it also has to be stated that when you, and perhaps this is something that people might not know about how law enforcement operates, for the most part, this proves to be true, that when a sheriff's office gives a case over to a local police department, the case can shift in pacing in this one respect, and that a county sheriff's office usually, more times than not, is going to have a larger investigative force and a more investigative resources than a local police department. So the investigation here might have slowed a bit when the Orange County Sheriff's Office transported this to the Kissimmee Police Department. I'm not saying that that's definitively happened, but I'm saying that that happens a lot with stories that we cover, and that's regardless of state, regardless of municipality, that more times than not, if a local police department is handling a investigation versus the county or even the state, the amount of resources are limited, and there isn't just as many man hours that they can assign to a particular case. With that said, this if this press conference was to satisfy the demands of local reporters and local media, then a statement being put out or a tweet being put out of saying that we don't have much new information to share, likely would have had a similar, if not the same, impact, rather than a press conference where a lot of folks in our comment section were anticipating some kind of an update and then getting really no
Nothing.
tangible,
Got nothing.
meaningful, significant update whatsoever. So, yeah.
Does anybody know the address of Jen Soto? I cannot find it anywhere. I'll probably find it out. But yeah, just let me know. I was trying to figure that out so we could figure out exactly how far she was found, and where she was found. But I thought we did that before. Let me take off this headphone really quick. Okay, that's crazy. There was nothing new there. I just wasted 46 minutes of you guys' lives. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it is only arrest warrants. I wonder. I had it wrote down, and I don't know. Probably threw that post-it note away. I have 2 whiteboards. I need to start writing on them. Really do. Let's see. This will give me it. Oh yes, there it is. 4012. Okay. So from 4012 Santa Maria Drive. That's right? Santa Maria Drive, Kissimmee. And then now I'm off Hickory Tree Road. I don't know if this needs to be in there, but wow, it's saying the fastest, like if you go the toll route, which he probably did it, it'll take you anywhere from 43 to 48 minutes to get there. And it's anywhere from 21 to 25 miles. Wow, I thought she was found a lot closer for some reason. Now I'm going to have to map it all out. My shoulders are killing me, guys. I used one of those shoulder roller things that has like the knots on it. And I went to town so hard that I like rubbed out like half my hair. Yeah. Well, too many shoes. Oh, the comment went away. Hold on. So just an update that they're still working on it. All I can figure is maybe trying to rattle Jen. I don't know. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, that could be. They could be trying to see if it'll rattle her cage any. Yeah, press conference with no new news. We've saw 2 weird press conferences this week. We saw one with the Riley Strand case, where Riley's parents, they spoke before the police spoke during the press conference, which is really, that's usually backwards. And then we have this press conference now where they just came out and they said, oh, hey, Mary Beth. They just said, oh, we're working on it. I thought they were just patting themselves on the back. You know, you like normally like the first 10 minutes to 20 minutes of the press conference is all like, look at us. We've got this agency working and this agency working and we're the best. And we're doing all this. And then they give us like an update because like you have to wait through all that bull crap. And then you get an update and then they go to questioning. This one, and it wasn't even the guy that usually does the press conferences. He had the girl come in that usually stands beside him and she spoke and said, all the 15 minutes of stuff that we were waiting, we were listening through to wait for the update. And then she said, yeah, that's about it. And I said, what? Oh, Astro from space, you didn't miss anything unless you like my commentary. You didn't miss much. Wow. Oh, and guess what? Where did I put that tab? I have it on a short video. So go check out my short video because I don't want y'all to be checking it out because I'm telling you now. But did you hear that? Okay, because y'all know I was hard, I don't know how to say that because that sounds kind of bad, but I was on the side of Sebastian's mom and stepfather. I thought they genuinely seemed concerned. But a lot of you all were like, no, Tanya, no. So we went and we looked through the interviews again, and I really didn't see too much that like made me concerned. But I guess they did a new interview, which I haven't checked out yet. We're going to play that tonight. But let me see here really quick. I wanted to tell you the new news. Let me put this in though. Let me see. I don't want to forget about this. So this was in the Independent, and it just came out like 3 hours ago. So the mother of missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, she is coming out to say now that the night that he disappeared, and I want to make sure I say this right, the night that he disappeared, which was the February 25th going into the 26th, she told him to go to bed at 9 p.m. I don't remember her ever telling him to go to bed at a certain time. And then she said he was doing something in his room because an hour later, I heard some noise and I was like, I don't care what you're doing in there, but go to sleep. So apparently she said she heard noises in his room, but she didn't tell us that before. I don't know if she told investigators that, but this is the first time I've heard it. And I'm like, what? So there's some things to talk about in that case as well. We've got stuff to talk about in every case. We're going to come back to Madeline Soto's case as well, because I want to talk about just the whole case over again. Get ourselves, refamiliarized, because I feel like we haven't covered it in a few days. And there's probably some updates. Also, I haven't seen any new updates on Riley Strand other than the witness that came forward that we talked about last night on our live. I think we're all up to date on that case. And I'm trying to see what else. So tonight we're gonna do Sebastian Rogers because I'm curious. I'm getting curiouser and curiouser about that case. And now I don't know about the parents, I don't know. Maybe Truth and Justice. Where is Sebastian? That's a good question. It is. Yeah, it's a good question. I wish we knew. But it'll be a good discussion tonight for sure. Let me see if JB's still alive. Or if he's like, no, let me see. Looks like he is. Yeah, I think he's just going over pretty much what they're just asking questions. I didn't realize, that they've been married she's been married 5 times. It's just kind of weird. I don't picture her as being the type or a woman to want to get married that many times, do you know? Really, Christine? Well, the bio dad's also, he's a deputy sheriff. I didn't know that. Oh, Cheryl, you did, but it's okay. You didn't miss shit. You didn't miss anything, Cheryl. That was so bad. When it comes to kids, I get so upset whenever they tell us they're going to give us something and then they don't. Oh, he's been married 5 times. Okay, well that makes more sense. I mean, I don't know if he really looks like the type either, but she just doesn't look like the type that would or look like she was married that many times. Wow. Yeah, they told us nothing. DM's right. Your ex, you were his 3rd wife. My mom was married twice. To my brother's dad, and then of course to my dad. They were both married for a little while. My mom was married to my dad for 30 years. If they were still alive today, they would be married still. But and then my brother's dad and her. That's a really good question. I think that's something I don't actually know. So I'm gonna have to ask my brother. That might be one thing I don't know about my mother. The one thing. But I think it was like 10 years. I can marry him, yes. So whenever I'm on like a certain device, I can see them like on my iPad and stuff. I love them. Addiction to wedding cake. I guess he did. Your mom's on her 4th. I had a friend who her mom was on her 6th or 7th. And my mom was like, you're not going to another wedding after this because it gets expensive. One and done. Yeah. I don't think me and Vincent will ever technically be married on paper. And I mean, just to be truthful with you guys, I have bomb insurance. I have the best insurance. I couldn't ask for better insurance and I need it. I mean, I need it. If that were ever to be gone, I don't know what I would do. So if I were to get married, it would base it off of both of our incomes. And then I would have to be like on his insurance, which I mean, if that were to happen, they would take my insurance because they would say he made too much money. But he doesn't in the aspect of, surgeries on your eye once a year or getting a new prosthetic or getting your prosthetic cleaned or doctor's visits and all that. So, give Elizabeth Taylor run for her money. Well, if Boo would have been sick before, we would have gotten married because of all my shit effects or insurance and care. Oh, wouldn't have gotten married. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, man, it can really affect you, and that sucks. But when I was working full time in a boutique and I was making really good money, I still had the insurance. And I told him exactly how much I pay and everything. I was getting paid. So I think that they just are letting me keep it at this point because they're like, she is so broken, guys. This girl's broken down. I don't look like it in the picture. I was just thinking that. Like, you would never be able to tell. You never would think. I know, Isabel. They're going to be like, ugh. They're going to be like, you owe us some money. Or someone's going to clip that and be like, Tanya's taking money from somebody. I don't know. Tanya's doing something bad. That's probably the worst thing that I could be doing. Try to get married and keep my insurance. No, I'm cool with not getting married. I'm cool with just having a party. That's really what people want anyway. They just want to have a little get together, get their gifts, all that. Because I told Vincent, we're having a wedding shower gift. We're having a wedding shower. Even if we don't get married, we still want the cool stuff that you get. We want people to be like, oh, look at them. And here's a toaster. And we love you. I don't know. We really don't even need anything. But, I just want us to be able to go through the things. Mostly for him. But, hey, Chopper. Chopper, ever since you changed your kitty picture, oh, that one's not as badass though. This one is so cute and soft. I love that cat. Oh no. Truth and Justice, I just lost my insurance. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. If my new insurance doesn't allow my doctors, it's a nightmare. Truth and Justice, I've been there. I have been there. It is horrible. Mine was the fact that I had the same insurance, but none of my there was no dentist that would take it. So I was going through hell and back. Oh, Chopper said he's my little baby. That's how I feel about Rocky, my cat. He's sleeping on the bed right now, all up in the pillows. He never does that. He's taking me a spot over. A bunch of beautiful disasters in chat. DM, that's the truth. We're going to have to do a members live here soon. We got a lot of new members. Actually, let's see. We had a lot of new members the last few days. I'm like, look at that. And I love doing members only lives. What do you guys like to do on members only lives? You have to let me know. I'll have to make like a community post. I don't know if you guys want me to do like a specific topic, or if you guys just like it when I come on and we just shoot the shit. We could always shoot the shit and do it over a topic too, one over trauma or one over YouTube streets, which I'm going to be doing a lot of that on my second channel, the YouTube streets kind of thing, and trauma stuff as well. That channel is going to be a free for all over there. So if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, I'll put the link in there if you guys would like to go over. We're going to trying to hit 500 subscribers, and then we're going to do before that, we're going to do videos and everything. But hey, Panda Ann. Oh my gosh, the conference or the new press conference, you didn't miss anything. They literally just patted themselves on the back, said we're investigating, and that was it. No new charges, no charges added, no nothing. Cheryl, that's how my mom used to be. My mom, she used to live off of when my dad was alive, and her and my dad were, together, like they were alive and everything. Money was not a problem, but money was a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like they lived with a little bit extra. You know what I mean? Like they were okay. Then after my father passed away, my mother had to get on disability. And she was, I think, $1,200 a month. She had to survive off of that. It's just like, how do people do it? I feel for you guys. I feel for anybody that has to live on like a strict income, or like SSI or whatever. Man. See, Ashley, she says we believe in frugal AF. See, we're the opposite. Oh, I'm so bad. But we haven't been ordering DoorDash lately, which has been really good. Like we've only ordered it here and there. Like maybe in the last maybe 10 days, I would say we've ordered it once, maybe. I don't even know if we've ordered it once. And we used to order it every single day. I'm not talking every other day, every 3 days. No. Every single day. I don't even know how much it cost because I don't ever order it. I don't want to know. But I went to the store and I got food and I was like, we're going to be making this home, because literally we'll go eat fast food. Like let's say we go and order Burger King or something. Let's just say that. When you get the food, it's never good. Does anyone ever get DoorDash and when it gets to their house, it actually tastes good? Because we never get good food. So we end up complaining about the food when in reality, if we wanted chicken nuggets and fries, let's say, because that's what I order at Burger King, we have an air fryer, $200 air fryer that we never use. Put the chicken nuggets and fries in there and they're going to be hot, crispy, and you're going to like them, right? So that's where our mindset is now. Like, even if it's just something simple like that, or like, let's say we want tacos, want to go Chipotle, just have this stuff at home. That way you can make it, My favorite thing to eat is chicken teriyaki. Vincent makes the best chicken teriyaki, I think, in the world. Yeah, Chopper. I'm going to go over there and do some lives. It's going to be good. I've been wanting I wanted to do them this week, but we had a couple flood incidences. So we have no DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything where I live. Oh, wow. You're too far out in the sticks, Ashley said. Wow. I drive for Uber Eats, Lorena said. Well, Lorena, if you lived around me, girl, you'd be making some bank. Because Vincent is a great tipper as well. The person that got the gifted membership, Juan Bad Day, aka Drunk Uncle. I don't know who that is, but I like the name. Oh, you have company. I wish I had company. Exactly, Harlow. I've never even tried DoorDash because I don't want fast food an hour after it's cold, especially for those prices. Yeah, so I don't even know how much we've saved. I'm assuming it probably $20 a day for DoorDash. Like within, you know what I mean? Like a week, it's $140. Like what? That's a lot of money. And then y'all know me. I'm going to try to, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try to go, and not today. I'm not doing that today. I'm not starting today. I'm going to start Monday, I think. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid. You just got to do it. But I think I'm going to quit for 1 week. I'm not going to go to Target for 1 full week. I go every single day, y'all, sometimes twice a day. I'm going to try to go for 7 full days. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm going to tell you it'll probably last 1 or 2 days, but I'm going to really try. Yeah, we tip everyone really well. Even if it's just, we live like right around everything, but I was a server. My mom was a server. And Vincent just knows how to do it. Because the other day he got a massage, and the guy talked him into an hour. And I think he looked at me. I was sitting out, waiting on him, and he looked like he needed more cash because he likes to pay them in cash. And I walked in and I was like, gave him some more money, and I was like, how much did you leave that guy? Did you leave him a good tip? And he's like, I left him $30. And I was like, well, then okay, I think he's pretty happy. It was $60 tab. The guy was smiling. That's why I was asking. I asked him. Yeah, not getting your food or drink. Yeah, I know. I think about that too. I think, I don't really like doing DoorDash and I think that the food isn't as great where I live now. Like where I grew up, the food was good. Even like McDonald's, it was hot, fresh, good. I don't know. I think it's just here, or maybe I'm getting older and I don't know. But I don't really like fast food anyway. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. I don't know. Their chicken nuggets terrify me now ever since like I see videos of like how they make them, but I don't even know if that's really true. So I'm just like, that's out of my head. But I will go to Burger King every once in a while. And then I don't even know where we eat out at. Pizza. Pizza is the biggest thing we get. Pizza. But I am going to jump off of here. I'm going to get ready for tonight's live. I did put out a couple short videos, some update on Riley Strand. I think like an update on Sebastian Rogers. I was trying to think of the update on Riley Strand. I can't remember. But I'm going to try to start doing some more like shorter videos, and I'm going to start doing some more pre-recorded videos for you guys. I am also going to hold an open live for everybody to come into that wants to give any constructive criticism to the channel. That way we can, if we need to change some things up, we can. We know what to change. All that good stuff. Gas is $2.98 there, Ashley. Wow. Of course, Vincent gets 2 vehicles, and both of them have to have premium gas. We have an Acura CL, I think, or TL. TL needs premium. What the heck? That's so weird. So weird. But thank you guys all for being here today. I really appreciate you guys. I'll be back this evening to do our second live. So I will see you guys all around, I believe, like 9:15. And then I'll be back on tomorrow sometime. I want to do a live. So we either go to second channel or we'll do one here. I either want to do one about the channel or we're going to do a members only. We got some stuff to cover. So I will see you guys all tonight. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.